So yes, we are recording the session today. I'm super excited that I think this is the third or fourth event with our near and dear partners TSI. So it's always an honor to have you guys at an event. Mainstage was founded initially to build an innovation bridge between India and Germany, but after a couple of months, we realized the India-German bridge is not enough. We need to open it up to the world. So here we are today in a global mesh of ecosystems, and especially our prestigious partners in TSI are helping us and our startups to scale into Japan, and also we're helping Japanese startups scale into Europe. So I'm not gonna talk anymore here. I think we've got our superstars here, which are our startups as well, but also our prestigious jury from TSI and Mainstage. So back to you, Debashish.
Thank you so much, Sven. Our today's host is Sumit. And Sumit, can you please take over the sequence of the events? I am recording, and all the best to everybody. Pavan and Sagar, all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Debashish. Thank you everyone for joining in. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are joining from. I'm your host, Sumit. I head the partnerships in APAC for Mainstage Incubator. My role basically is to bring on board new partners and keep the existing ones happy. Along with that, I also build relationships with startups and investors and help them raise funds. We are not going to waste much of our time, and today we have 7 startups in the order ProNX. I'm so sorry. In the order ProNX, Ive.1, Levrise, Catch, SenseMate, Pix Dynamics, and Vietnam Blockchain. So all these startups are good quality, well-funded startups, and they are from India, Europe, Sri Lanka, Vietnam. So typically a global startup. We did not choose USA-based startups because the timing does not match. We'll do that someday soon. But for now, the first startup for you is ProNX. Before we go on to the first startup, I'd just like to put on the table the rules that we are going to follow. We'll be giving you 10 minutes in total. There'll be 7 minutes for pitching and 3 minutes for question answers. And just to make it clear, I'll be giving you a buffer period of 1 minute, but you will have to wrap it up by 10. No matter if the questions, if the questions are coming, please be sharp with your answers. And if you want to take more questions, please wrap it up in 7 minutes itself. Thank you. With that, we'll go for the first startup, ProNX. Pavan, can you start by sharing your screen, please?
Let me do that.
Sure, sir.
Thank you, Sumit. Okay.
Yeah. Once you hit the slideshow, I'll start your time.
Okay.
Yeah, your time starts now.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Sagar, and I represent Rdip. Rdip is a retail digital experience platform, and we focus on transforming last mile retail experiences. Let's talk about some of the problems in the last mile. How many times have you visited a store, shopped for around 45 minutes, then waited in a queue for another 20 minutes? And in spite of being a regular shopper, did you have all the right information at the right time as you were picking up the items? And say you finally managed to get the right fit for your pair of jeans, only to find out that the color that you wanted is not available. The list goes on, lack of convenience in the checkout, lack of seamless communication between the different sales channels, lack of engagement with customers, ineffective placement and stocking of products, and so on. This is where we come in. We help retailers to engage, interact, and transact with their customers during the shopping journey at the store or on the e-commerce portal through a SaaS platform. How do we do that? So we address 5 areas. The first one is Scan, Pay, Go. This refers to the checkout process. You scan items, you make your payment, get your receipt, and you're done. We come in here with solutions such as the mobile POS and the customer self-checkout, where the store staff and the customers are no longer bound to the cash counter for checkout. They can complete the checkout anywhere in the store and just walk out. We also deliver the digital receipts to customers such that they have a contactless experience and a permanent copy of the invoice without having to go through the hassle of saving a physical copy. Omni Channel is where we talk about enabling the offline stores to go online and vice versa. An example of how we do this is to allow a merchant to send out a simple link with the catalog to their valued customers. Customers can place the order to the store then delivers these products to the customer's home. The customer is happy and the retailer is happy as well, because the retailer's got a simple solution instead of having to set up an e-com channel. Retailers can also allow in-store customers to shop from affiliated stores, thereby reducing loss of sale due to product unavailability. This is what we call the endless aisle. When we talk about engagement, it basically boils down to how the store communicates with the customer. Here we come in with a proximity-based, contextual and personalized content delivery mechanism. We deliver messages to customers who are already in the store, which means there is an intent to buy. And since we use the customer's preferences and their shopping patterns, we make intelligent recommendations instead of bombarding them with irrelevant information. As a result, the customers feel engaged because they are getting the right message at the right time. In merchandising, we talk about the placement of visual merchandising in the store and the products on the shelves. So we are able to provide a customer heat map to the retailers, which allows them to make informed decision on where the hotspots are. This helps them in pricing of the shelf spaces and where they should place the advertisements within the store. Armed with this information, they can charge the brands more appropriately for reserving such spaces. We also predict what should be stock level requirements on a shelf. A lot of times when product appears out of stock, the stock is available, but it's in a go down or a warehouse nearby. And as a result, the immediate sale is lost. So we empower stores with triggers and information of when and how frequently they must stock their shelves based on a variety of factors. Finally, we have the analytics and insights, where we provide actionable information to improve business performance based on all the other segments that we touched upon earlier. Talking about the team, Pawan, who's with us, our founder, he's a serial entrepreneur with 4 prior successful ventures and brings about 30 years of experience in the retail domain itself. Rajesh and Sanjay form the board of directors along with Pawan, and they each bring their rich experience in fintech and retail to the table. They are actively involved with the business, be it sales or be it funding, and they enable us to reach key people in the industry and open doors because of their network. Vikas, whom we have recently onboarded as the head of delivery and projects, brings technology and team management experience, while I'm involved with business operations, including interacting with customers, partners, investors, and ensuring business growth. As you can see, we are addressing a combined market size of almost $50 billion across our key areas. The market is ripe now, and COVID has helped boost the need for what we have to offer to the retailers. Why Rdip? This is a solution that has been developed across the past 4 years. We have deployed the solution in more than 600, almost 700 stores across India and Australia. It has matured through the constant feedback that we get from the market and the end user. And as a result of our experience in the industry, we have been able to standardize our APIs, which allows for a much faster ramp-up time. Moreover, our platform is built on a microservices architecture, and that means our customers are able to pick and choose the modules as required. And this, we feel, becomes one of our key differentiators when it comes to the fast-paced enterprise retail domain. And this flexibility is not just in terms of modules, but also in terms of deployment options. So we can deploy on our cloud, we can deploy on the customer's cloud, at the customer store location, what we say on-prem, and a combination of any of these. As a startup, we are highly cost-effective when compared to larger players in the market. The SaaS nature does bring in an additional cost advantage, and we leverage both these aspects and continue to be known as a cost-effective, value-driven platform. And because we are a startup and structured that way, our agility combined with our experience allows us to have a very quick time to market compared to the other players. Talking about the impact, our customers have reported that they have been able to increase the revenue and optimize operational efficiency, giving them significant cost benefits. And these are some of the figures that our customers have shared with us based on their experience. Talking about our customers, our platform is live. We have deployed with multiple large format retail outlets across India, Australia, and New Zealand. These are some of the traction numbers in terms of adoption. And our most recent customer has been Kmart, with whom we deployed the solution completely remotely during the COVID lockdowns, and within a record time as far as nationwide rollout is concerned. Talking about a competitive landscape, as you can see, while many of our competitors do participate in the POS and the Omni Channel areas, where we differentiate ourselves is offering more end-to-end last mile retail solutions on our platform. This is the way forward. While our focus has been on enterprise retail, we are also now focusing on the SME segment. And by the end of next year, we plan to launch Rdip Capital, which would basically serve as a buy now, pay later platform, which allows retailers to lend credit and offer great benefits to their customers in terms of payment. We are looking to raise $3 million in this round to grow rapidly in the SME segment. And this is our revenue growth plan backed by a strong pipeline of customers that we already have lined up globally. And we have depicted the planned revenues and the valuation as well. And finally, this is the fund utilization. We mainly plan to utilize our funds to improve the sales and marketing efforts worldwide to pick up speed and scale in the SME segment that we now plan to get involved in. We are happy to take any questions now.
Thank you, Sagar. The investors, do we have any questions for ProNX? Do we have any questions? Please unmute yourself. You can go ahead and ask the questions, please. Okay, Sagar, can you stop presenting? Can you stop sharing your screen, please?
Sure, sure.
Yeah. Do we have any questions? No. Sagar, Pawan, would you like to add anything? We have 1 moment.
Yeah, I mean, since there are no questions, probably what I would like to talk is the shift we have made from the enterprise sector to the SME sector, which is going to give us a lot of scale. So we are now targeting the mom and pop stores, the mid-sized retail stores globally, and we are now getting into some very major partnerships with some of the key payment providers, POS providers in different regions, and that is something which has already helped us, scale up very rapidly in the last couple of months. So we expect to set up a completely different team, as Sagar was saying, just for the mom and pop team. So that's going to be a key segment for us moving ahead, and that's a scale segment, and that is one of the reasons why we are now raising funds.
Thank you, Pawan. Thank you, Sagar. Thank you so much. We'll let you know if there is any interest from the investors later on.
Sure.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good day. Bye.
Hello. Hi, Fong. How are you?
Good, and yourself?
Thank you. Thank you. I'm doing well. So in the interest of time, we'll quickly move, directly to the pitching session. We'll give you 10 minutes in total, 7 minutes for question answers and 3 minutes for, 7 minutes for pitching and 3 minutes for question answers. We have all the investors over here. Can you start by sharing your screen, please?
Yeah, sure. Give me a sec. Okay, guys, do you see my screen?
Yes. Once you hit the slideshow, I'll start your timer.
I know, I just need to add it here a little bit. Okay.
Perfect. Your time starts now.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, thanks everyone for attending. I'm Fong. I'm the CEO of Agaro Innovation with the product I've1. And today I'm going to present you our product, which enables you to offer digital securities and cryptocurrencies. So what's our story? In general, the question is why we are currently in raising Series A. So on the one hand, we want to become the leader here in Germany and Europe to provide like best digital assets infrastructure to corporates, banks, asset managers, and investment firms. Second, we want to become an investment firm itself. So it means like we need to acquire specific kind of licenses. And third, we want also to expand in another jurisdiction and open 1 new country before 2024. So our vision itself is like to provide better digital assets for everyone. What's our current mission? As I mentioned before, we want to enable corporates, banks, asset managers, investment companies to a more modernized capital market with blockchain technology. As we can see here right now in the market requirements, a lot of financial market players globally, they need a reliable, secure, and ready-to-use infrastructure where they can offer their clients, for example, Bitcoins or also tokenized securities of real estates, for example, without any technical knowledge. And our product, we provide with IF1, a plug-and-play infrastructure with a white label front-end solution to really make it easy for corporates to integrate our technology. Why this whole change? Because digital banking is more or less driving this whole topic. Because if you think about N26, Revolut, or other ones, neobanks, all of them are really innovative in the financial area. Yeah? For example, if there are financial trends like cryptocurrencies, they directly offer it in their core product. Their products are digital, they are available anywhere, 24/7 and mobile, and all of their products are customer focused. Yeah, so quite simple to use. And banks are, for example, not part of this whole journey. So why should they be part of this whole financial innovation? Because first of all, they can create new revenue streams by diversifying their own product portfolio. Second, they create a new customer journey, so create new touch points in a digital way. And third, it's the whole part of digitization, so acquiring new customers with technology trends. And how can you join this whole digital asset industry? There are two ways. One, you can become a technology provider yourself, or the other one is you use the infrastructure of an existing provider. To become a technology provider yourself, this also occurs with many obstacles. First of all, many companies doesn't even have the know-how, and they need to build up the expertise first for digital assets. Second, the IT infrastructure in banks is mostly old. The whole legacy, the IT infrastructure, and they need to develop a reliable autonomous system, to also be quick for go-to-market. The other thing is easier, you become a partner of us, like IF1. We have already the whole infrastructure ready. So we provide digital assets. We have a modern tech stack, which is also based on cloud solutions. And we are fast because we're fintech. We already invested nearly 2 million euro up to date and 7.5 man-years to create this whole infrastructure for digital assets. So what do we want to do? We want to empower any company to offer digital assets with corporates, banks, asset managers, investment companies, what I mentioned before. And our product, to give you a short intro to that, this is our ecosystem. So you see exactly what are our services. As I mentioned before, we have everything ready for digital assets. So we're end to end. And we develop many APIs so that on the bottom we address, for example, also third-party providers with whom we work, for example, Coinbase. And on top, we have for example, a bank that can offer their banks or their clients, for example, everything what we want, what we're offering. So we're completely modular. The idea is that the client can really focus on their core business. We can really add new blocks, requirements from customers to our technology. And we work with trust ecosystem players, as I mentioned before, for example, Coinbase as an exchange and German custodians, for example, that need the license. So just a glimpse, how it can look is really, this is what we develop. We have a lot of APIs, a lot of technology because we're a tech fintech. And the bank, for example, is really using our white label front-end solution to offer their clients, for example, these kind of assets. Yeah. So we are fintech enabling digital securities, cryptocurrencies. We're live. Yeah. So we have over 14 partners on board. We have really strong investors in the background, also EOS Venture Capital, for example, which is block 1. And yeah, and that's my current presentation for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Phong. That was quite quick, insightful, and crisp. Investors, do we have any questions for Phong? We are open for any questions.
Hi, can I ask questions?
Yes, Takayuki-san.
Thank you for your presentation. So from my understanding, you as the platform to support the company to offer their own blockchain platform. Am I right? And,
Yes, so
okay, please go ahead.
yes, so we offer, we're like an infrastructure and platform so that, for example, a bank can offer their clients crypto and tokenized real estate, for example.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, really
So
interesting,
uh-huh.
Takayuki-san, is that, for example, FinoPitch, yeah, or like they also like in Japan, yeah, and last year, for example, we won like this international grand prize, yeah, in Japan, yeah, with for our solution, for example, yeah. So I definitely know that it's like recognized within like the Japanese area. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So each kind of cryptocurrency, every kind of crypto and tokenization can be offered by your infrastructure. Like for example, the fund manager of like REITs handling the real estate fund manager. They can tokenize their asset using your infrastructure and offer the token to their client. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you, Takayuki-san. Thank you, Fong, for coming in today. We are seeing a trend. We'll let you know if once there is an interest from the investors and
Yeah, sure.
any feedback that comes along. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Have a nice day.
Bye-bye. All right. So we are moving on to the next startup. The next startup is Mac. Hi, Mac. How are you? Hi, Mac. We can't hear you. No, we can't hear you.
Is it better now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Okay. We couldn't hear you at all. All right. So we won't waste much of our time.
Go ahead, yeah.
And, sorry. All right. We won't waste much of your time now, and we'll straight away jump to the presentation. Will you be able to present, or should we do that?
If you don't mind, Sumit, if you can just share the doc, please.
Sure.
And
we'll
I will talk through it. Yeah. Thank you, Sumit.
Perfect. So we'll give you 10 minutes in total, 8 minutes to pitch and 2 minutes for question answers.
Sure.
We can wrap it up in 7. If there are any questions, we'll do that. All right. Vaishnavi,
Yeah, sounds
start
good.
by sharing the pitch, please. Can you hit full screen? All right. Mac, if you're comfortable, we can go ahead with this.
Okay, 1 second, please. Okay, good. Excellent. Yeah. Okay, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm sure we've got people from different time zones, and also for our Japanese friends, konnichiwa. So I'm Mac. I'm one of the founders at Leverice. And we'll start with kind of, what is the problem we're trying to address. So team communication is broken right now. There is a lack of structure. There are too many channels. It's a little bit chaotic, becomes a distraction. And at times it feels like you're drinking from a fire hose. And you go through 90% of just chit chat messages to find maybe 10% of information that is actually relevant for you. And with all this kind of lack of structure, distraction, the impact on people and productivity at a very, very sort of simple high level, it's a big impact. So people are frustrated with constant switching between channels. You tend to focus less. And I think around 2/3 of people would actually prefer having a single messaging platform, and they feel it will help with productivity and being able to focus. So that's the problem. Next slide, please. So how does Leverize solve this? So we've got an example of how it works in Slack and what we do with Leverize. So in Slack, when you have single layer of channels, with Leverize, you can actually have a channel hierarchy. So you can have a deep structure, almost like a tree. So you can have micro topics. We also have role-based hierarchy. So depending on your role, you will see a different view. And this is very unique, it's very different from a lot of other messaging platforms where either you're an admin or you're just a member, whereas we have multiple roles in the middle. We also have strong localization. So you can send messages in any language, including Japanese. Really any language you can communicate in using our platform. And we also have custom workflows. So you can customize kind of how the platform works based on your business. Next slide, please. Thank you. So it's also open and flexible platform. Alongside messaging, we can do a lot more. We have an app store and like a marketplace concept. So even third-party developers can build apps on top of Leverize itself. Next slide, please. Just to give you an idea of the competition, like Slack, Microsoft Teams, and so on. We have a number of unique features, and we have a very good architecture at the core, and it allows us to be really, really flexible. And we've even moved some customers from Slack itself. So where are we right now? So we have built the MVP for all the devices. We have customers in different sectors, more than 10,000 users already. Like I mentioned, we've moved customers from Slack, including the messaging history. So you can take all your history from Slack and move to Leverize. We've also integrated an online learning provider. So we are seeing some good traction from online learning companies, and we've integrated Leverize platform into their existing platform. And we also have letter of intent with multiple partners, which will bring additional 50,000 plus users on the platform. Next slide, please. Thank you. So what is the size of the opportunity? So the collaboration market itself is a $47 billion industry, 5.1 trillion in yen. There is obviously growth in distributed teams and remote working. I think COVID has just accelerated that trend. Also, we think SMEs, small and medium organizations, there is a huge opportunity to streamline communication. And we are getting some good early feedback from people who moved from Slack. So we really have multiple paths, multiple options to grow and become quite big. Next slide, please. Okay, so what are we looking for? So we have some angel investors right now. So we're kind of bootstrapped. We've got the product, we've got some customers. We've also got some small revenue that we're generating right now, although the focus initially was on getting more users. We're looking for between 500 to 1 million seed, between 54 to 108 in yen, essentially to allow us to kind of scale on marketing and sales side, and also some amount of money on the product development front. And alongside this, obviously the network, the mentorship, the expertise, and so on is also quite useful. So it's not just investment, although investment is important. Next slide, please. Yeah, so just to summarize, so we are a super flexible messaging platform. We've got customers in different sectors already. And communication can be in any language. And I think what's exciting for us right now is we're integrating our platform into other partners as well. So it can be used as a standalone product, but also alongside other ecosystems. Thank you, and happy to take any questions now.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you for Chris one. Do we have any questions to investors for Mark and Leverize? Okay, I do not see any questions coming up. Yes, Mac. So this is this generally how it is going. And if you have anything else you'd like to pitch in, we have another 1 minute.
May I chip in as well? Is that okay?
Go
Yes,
for it,
Mac.
Sven.
1 minute.
So
1 minute. That's it.
what I would like to quickly tell our friends from Japan is Leverus is much better than Slack. We used to use a lot of Slack in the past, and we got lost in our conversations. Whereas after we implemented Leverus, we had all our chat history from Slack integrated into Leverus. So it helped us structure our conversations. Let's say our sales team, we have a sales folder, and we have all the sales pipelines as a channel, which gives us focused conversations. For the developer front, you can still integrate all your DevOps tools, GitHub, Jira, and TeamCity into Leverus, so that even the developers can start writing. That's one thing. Also on the sales side, because we take over the sales for Mac and Leverus, we're currently closing big deals with the India government, with Australia, some startups, but also with a couple of German corporates. So I think this is a very exciting opportunity to be part of Leverus now. I think in a year's time, it might be too late. So I just wanted to chip in on that front as well.
Thank you, Sven.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mac. At the end, we'll be sharing some details with investors. We'll get back to you once there are any questions or any interest. Thank you for joining in. Have a good day.
Thank you very much. Okay, bye.
Okay, before we let in the next startup, may I request everyone to switch on their cameras so that we can take a quick screenshot as a memory for all of us. Everyone, please. I can still see off cameras which are off.
Hi.
Hi, we are waiting for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more people. Could you please switch on your cameras? And since you have a Mac, can you take a screenshot? That's okay. It's easier. Thank you. Are we done, Sven?
We are, yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Debashish, can you let in the next startup, please? The next startup is Catch. Part from Catch will be here.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, Parth, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, Sumit. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for joining in today. We will not take much of your time.
Okay.
In introducing you to all the Japanese investors,
Okay.
friends from Japan. So what we are going to do is we'll give you 10 minutes in total, 8 minutes to pitch and 2 minutes for question answers. Can you start by sharing the screen, please?
Yeah, 1 second. 1 second. Can you see the screens?
Yes.
1 second.
Yeah, your time starts now.
Okay, yeah. Hello, everyone. So I am Parth. I'm the founder for Catch Mobility. So Catch is basically a fintech platform where we are focusing on mobility. So basically, we have developed a product known as multimodal transport card. So it's a card which helps you to make a universal payment for all the different modes of transport within a city, not only one city, again within the different cities also. Now the problem that we are trying to address is like, because see, India has a very huge number of population and people still adopt a public transport system and they use ticketing as a cash. Basically most of the people cannot for the intelligent transport management system, and that is where most of the catch pilferage happens to the public transport operator. On another hand, what happens is like every time a user use a public transport system, they have to wait in a queue, they have to buy a multiple ticketing, and that has been the challenge, which has caused a lot of there's a lot of connects or the contact, and we need to trace them out. Basically, there's a contact based ticketing, so we built up a solution basically, which we call it as a multi-tenant solution, where a passenger just have to simply tap in, tap out basically, and they do not have to purchase a ticket. So it's a subscription based ticketing solution where based on the distance that you travel, automatically the payments get deducted from to your link account. Now when we see this market size, India has more than 400 to 450 million regular travelers basically, right? On an average, there are more than 8 lakhs 8 to 10 lakhs buses, and there are more than 10 million taxi operators, which is a huge market. So we are trying to target $22 million market within India itself. And when we see this in terms of a digital payment solution, it is very low. It's only 5%. So there is a still market size open of more than 95% of people where we can tap the solutions, right? So our targeted people are all the people who are using public transport system, all the people who are using taxis basically, or who are going to travel basically through irrespective any mode, any solution, are the targeted audience that we are trying to capture it. Now when we see the solution, we see like we have seen a similar solution in Oyster card. Japan has a Japan transport card which can be used into multiple places. Similarly, in India, we have some local competitor like Chalo and Riddler, but however, they are very focused on to a single modes. Like Chalo is focused on to only a bus. Basically, Riddler is only focused on to a metro system. Now, we since inception has built a system like which can be integrated to a different modes, and at the same time, it can be integrated within different cities also. So basically, you just do a subscription of around to $20-$30, and you can travel irrespective of the mode that you want to travel basically. So we have already implemented the system basically in India. We have tie up with government authorities in two cities in the central India, in the state of Madhya Pradesh. We have more than 5,000. We have more than 5,000 registered user, and we have done a revenue we started the whole system in January 2021, and we have done a revenue of more than $35,000 per month. And on an average, we have been doing per subscription ranging from $15 to $20 a month basically, and that's a recurring payment that a user pays. So this is a chart where we are showing the revenue versus expense from the day we actually started. So from August to December was something we did a pilot. Since January we have tied up with government. Now this solution has also been used in terms of fighting as a COVID, because we are actually reducing the contact, we are improving the tracing system within the public transport. This has been a big advantage to a smaller cities or the people who do not have ticketing solutions. So we have a multiple modes of revenues. We do a revenue from the user every time they purchase a card, every time they book. So there is a money that comes to a subscription to us. At the same time, the operator who collects our payment, we also do a transaction fee of 2% every time. And at the same time, the hardware that we install them, we also charge a monthly recurring fee to them basically. So that's where we are looking to raise this fund. We have a well established systems in place. We are looking to raise $150,000 in a seed fund, where we want to expand into more cities basically, since our technology is already in place. So why do we need to invest? Because it's been driven in terms of government of it's based on with government of India policy. Government of India has been promoting contactless ticketing, contactless travel. They want to go into common mobility card system. So, and we are the one who has built a system which can be used within multiple city, and we are very new, and it's not in India, but the system is very performed well in foreign countries at the same time. So we have built a so easy system. Like if there are operators who already have a system, they just need to accept our payment, we just integrate it. Or if a people who or a bus operator who does not have a system, we give them our systems, and that where we help them to promote cashless ticketing, and also we reduce the cash pilferage for them basically. And at the same time, we are bringing bringing a convenience to the passenger of not purchasing ticket anymore. So basically, we're reducing the process of purchasing ticketing at the same time. So we have a team of 7 people at this point of time. We are all graduated from one of the premium universities from India, and we have been into this business since last 7 years. However, we started this ventures since last 1.5 year, and that's where we have been building. We have built a system to a greater extent, and that's why and that is what the team is about. So I'll just share you some of the photographs that we have tied up with government in Madhya Pradesh, where we have set up our pass centers, where we have set up our ticketing centers basically, and these are some of the public transport like the IPT, like the autos and the taxis that we have been adopting. These are some of the camps that we have been doing it, and we are at the same time we have been supported by GUSEC and the Jain incubators. So we are incubated by 2 places which are supported by Government of India, the Department of Science and Technology, and we have got all these recognitions, and that's where and that is what it is about. And we'll be happy to put all the questions or take all the questions.
Thank you, Parth. Can you stop sharing the screen now, Parth?
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Yes.
Thank you. Do we have any questions for Parth?
Sorry, I just have one small question, if that's okay.
Yes, great.
So you've said during the presentation that your app can function international, I mean like in other countries as well. So may I ask how many countries are you covering at the moment?
So right now we are covering only India, because India itself it's a huge market. So right now we are covering only India.
So at the moment only India.
Yes, but it can be expanded into different countries like Kenya. We can expand to Sri Lanka. There's Nigeria at the same time. So so our solution is built in a way that it can be easily expanded into multiple countries at the same time, other than just one country.
But what if not the country has totally different system of cashless payment regarding transportation? Will you be able to integrate with them on that, or
Yeah, so our systems are built in a way that it can be easily integratable irrespective, because we have already taken a case study of London, how they have been operating, where it is one of the best system. Again, Japan is one of the best travel card system. So we have already taken their case studies, we have studied them in detail, and based on the systems we have built the whole system, so it can be easily integrated into different countries wherever we go.
Okay, thank you very much. I have no question.
Perfect. Thank you, Kwe. Thank you, Parth, for joining in with us today.
Thank you. Yeah. Should I leave?
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Debashish, can we let in the next startup, please?
Yes, Peter is joining.
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Miller. How are you today?
I'm doing good. Hope you are doing
and
good.
how is your internet today?
Hope it's better.
Perfect. Thank you for joining in. And, we'll give you 10 minutes in total, 8 minutes to pitch yourself, and 2 minutes if there are any questions. Okay?
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Can you start by presenting your screen, please?
Sure. And Smith, please make sure my audio of my screen is on, because I'm planning to show a small video also.
Yeah. So what you can do is you can switch off your camera to save the bandwidth so that your audio is clearer. So dear investors, a quick heads up. It is the monsoon season, and since Miller, who is the founder of Sense Agro, is based out of Sri Lanka. It's a coastal region. They have been having some internet issues at the moment, but we are going to try our level best to make sure that you get the message properly. Once you hit the screen sharing, presentation. Perfect. Your time starts now, Miller.
Thank you, Sumit. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today and listening to us at this moment. To give you a glimpse in a brief, Sense Agro, it's a precision agriculture technology company. We are specialized on sensor-based agriculture technologies for smallholder farmer ecosystems. So I would love to show a small video which talking about our solution, which was deployed in Japan very recently.
そしてここ千葉県山武市にもスリランカ IT 企業を協業パートナーに選び、ある開発を行っている企業がありました。農家の方たちの後継者不足というのは、農業に携わっている方たちの共通の問題ですね。で、そこに、IoT の技術を使うことで、またクラウドでいろいろデータを管理することで、農業のベテラン農家の方たちのノウハウが数値化されて、それを活用することで新規就農の方も入りやすくなるし、早めに収益を上げるということの手助けができるのかなというところもありまして、斉藤さんは現在地元のスイカ農家と協力し、スマート農業の実現に向けて実証実験を行っています。そして照度、温度、湿度、水分量などのデータを数値化し、さまざまな分析を可能とするプラットフォームの開発として選んだのが農業 IoT ソリューションを提供するセンザープロ社です。なぜスリランカ IT 企業を選んだのでしょうか。まず技術的な経験値が多いというところと、あと開発コストも多少下げられるというところで、すごくメリットはあるんですね。相手の立場で考えてくる。そういった国民性は感じてまして、日本の方ともキャッチボールがしやすいんじゃないかなっていうのは一つありますね。こんなに日本をね、理解してくれる国ってあんまりないような気がするなと、そう思うんですね。だから素直にスッと入れたっていうことはありますね。今開発している部分で1年通した段階でも十分手間とかですね、生産性とか見回りをしょっちゅうしてたところが回数が減ってくるとか、今までちょっと手遅れになっちゃうところが早めに出てくるとか、そういったところは1年でほぼ完成すると思いますので、まだまだ日本では知られていないスリランカの IT 企業、スリランカと日本企業の連携は始まったばかり。今後、日本企業の DX 推進パートナーとしてより認知を高め、ますます両国企業の連携は活発化していくでしょう。
Thank you so much for listening to that. So, yes.
Yes, Miller, go ahead, please.
Yeah, sorry. So as we saw in the video, we are especially making technologies for smallholder farmers who are mainly relied on intuition-based agriculture practices. We understand the plant's requirement on real time. We monitor 24/7 and analyze crop-specific intelligence so farmers can optimize their farming practices on right time without any unwanted overproduction or overutilization of resources. So farmers produce more with less without compromising the future. So through providing the exact same parameters for the plant, any different crop variety, farmers can produce better harvest and they can reduce plenty of resources like water, fertilizer, chemical residues in the soil, energy, labor optimization, everything can be optimized. And we find plenty of growth in our farmers' practices at the moment. So this is a huge market. Smallholder agriculture farmers, there are more than 500 million farmers around the world in smallholder ecosystems. So the biggest barrier for them to reach technology, which is very expensive and it's not localized to the context, that's where our opportunities are. We are a local company in the smallholder ecosystem, come up with affordable solutions which can be adapted by smallholder farm ecosystem. This is a $12 billion market by 2022. So we come up with innovative business models. We're working with B2B2F, business to business farmers. We're closely working with irrigation providers, agriculture equipment providers, greenhouse solution providers, consultation companies, and so on, who are working directly with farmers. We tie them together and give a revenue share-based business model in a pay-as-you-go pricing strategy. Including for hardware, we go for complete on a SaaS model. So farmers pay on a monthly rental. Without fear, they can adapt. Without capital, they can adapt for smart farming technologies. And through this model, we have covered more than 800 acres of land space in Sri Lanka and more than different varieties of crops and over 3,500 farmers adapting to our system at the moment. We make rural farmers smart farmers. So our main opportunity is around South Asia, Southeast Asia, and Central Asia, East Africa, and Latin America, where the smallholder farmers are around. So this is from day one, it's a global company, and we already have 4 deployments outside Sri Lanka at the moment, one in UAE, Japan, Australia, and Ecuador. So our ultimate focus through this business investment, it's to improve our B2B2C partners, having more and more partners in our interested ecosystems, which expand our business network towards farmers end. So ultimate target to create at least large 100 companies partnership with Sensagro who can distribute our technologies throughout the world wherever we are interested on, and onboarding at least 150,000 farmers by 2022. It's our target at this for this particular investment scouting. Uh, Last year, it was a hit due to the pandemic because of the nature on hardware-oriented business, but we are pivoted drastically. This year, we expecting 140,000 USD as our revenue, and coming Jan to February, we are expecting to be break even. So our current main focus, it's all about business development in the global context, especially in the smallholder markets. We were well recognized globally, especially through SDG related environment. We are a social enterprise with impact focused environment for preserving climate change, at the same time supporting farmers with responsible utilization of resources. We have won plenty of international awards in the SDG global environment, especially from Slush Global Impact in Helsinki and Edinburgh from Climate Launchpad. So we are a team of engineers, agronomists, and gardeners, and fourth and fifth generation of farmers. And we have an advisory panel board members who are coming from banking sector. We have one of our investor and director coming from former managing director of Citibank International. And we have consultants and advisors from huge amount of agriculture value chain and Israeli technology on agri-tech modernization capabilities. So this round, our scout is 500,000 USD. On the Seek, it's completely focused on business development and as I explained, towards expanding the smallholder farmers ecosystem with partners and supporting our manufacturing process where we can large scale manufacturing can reduce the margins because it's completely a margin based business with the numbers of smallholder farm ecosystem. So more production will reduce the expenses and we have better margins with the farmers there. So that's it from us. I'm happy to answer any of your questions related to this. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you, Miller. Thank you so much. We can stop the presentation now. Do we have any questions for Miller, SenseMate? The investors, any questions for Miller? All right. Thank you, Miller. If there is an interest, we'll let you know.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining in. Take care. Bye-bye. Bashish, I think we can let the next start in. Hi, Arun. How are you?
Hello. Hi. Hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Perfect. So thanks for joining in today.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I'd like to officially introduce you to our investors and friends from Japan. So in the interest of time, what we'll do is we'll give you 10 minutes to 10 minutes in total, 8 minutes to pitch and 2 minutes if there are any questions. All right.
Okay.
Can you
Sure.
start by sharing your presentation?
Yeah. Okay. Sharing my screen now. Okay. Hope you can see my screen.
Yes, we can. Once you hit the slideshow, I'll start your timer.
Okay.
Perfect. Your time starts now.
All right. So role. So as you can see, our problem statement is that we can see that in the right side, it's actually the back office of a financial institution like a bank. So here, what they are doing, they are actually collecting data from documents and entering those data into their backend bank office. So this type of task, it actually eats up most of the revenue of a bank. So it's due to this COVID times, the manpower scarcity is also a major issue. So all the actions happening here is like handling KYC documents. That means they will be extracting information from particular document and submitting it to the bank. So when we look into a current banking scenario, there are KYC document processing and there are onboarding processes. There are all of these are done manually. So you can see the outcome is the revenue is eaten up, and it's a very monotonous job, and most of them have to do overtime work and low productivity. So what our solution suggests is that we are calling it a pixel suite. So it consists of several APIs which automates this task, which actually extracts information from the images and videos, and we organize these documents. We extract this data and we send it to the backend. So this is done in very high speed when we compare with manual effort. And we can create a workflow with several of our components, which I will be showing in next screen. Okay, these are the core components that we have. Like we have video KYC, document reader, Aadhaar masker, document classifier, signature verification, and AI-based video surveillance. So our backbone is a machine learning and AI team. So we have separate components which are built on top of that, which helps us to accomplish all this. So we can sell. We are currently selling each components as separate, but we have option to interconnect all of this and form a workflow which can be given to our client as a complete suite. So this is our roadmap. We started in 2018, and we right now we are standing like in 2020 we had around 1 crore of revenue and 5 clients. For this year, we're projecting a revenue of 2.5 CR and onboarding around 14 clients. And as you can see, on to 2023, we are projecting a revenue of 20 CR. So this is how we started. Okay. So a basic business model, like we build based on transaction, and some banks or clients, they want it on a license-based billing. So we provide both these models, and yeah, moving on. So if we talk about the market size, there are around 10,000 NBFCs and 100 banks, which in total will contribute to 1,200 crore market potential. So we are trying to tap into this market. So I think we have a wide market size from which we can actually tap from. Okay, so our major fund utilization that we are planning is like we have enhancements planned, and the major chunk of this will be distributed for the marketing purpose. So technically, we all our top line, all of us are technically good and all are technical people. So marketing is the area that we are trying to improve, and we are boosting our sales team, and we are expanding trying to expand to the global market. So that's one thing we will be utilizing the fund going on. These are some of the competitors like Video KYC, Karsa, Hyperwords, Jiffy, AI. And what makes our product different is that it's fully built on premise, and we can give it an on-premise as well as cloud-based solution. So it is an ingrown solution. That means the algorithm that we use are built ground up from our company, and there's no dependencies with third parties. So if we look at some other vendors, in the backend, they are calling Google Cloud APIs or Amazon AWS APIs for doing this image processing. And that is actually a security concern by the banks, because they have to send this KYC to the cloud. So in our solution, we are doing it on premises. None of the documents go out of the network. Everything is within the bank network, and we deploy our solution on their hardware. So it's completely secure. And as it's everything is ours, we can give at a competitive price, because we don't have to pay any other third-party vendors. It's entirely our system, so we are able to provide in a very competitive pricing. Okay. So this is the team: Abhilash, Arun, Nitin, and myself, Rojal. So we are the co-founders. Our marketing is head by Arun Kuriakos and Professor Joshi, Suneet. They are all our mentors and consultants. So this is the entire team that we have. Okay, so if you have any questions, we can answer them right now.
Thank you, Arun. You can stop presenting now. Thank you for that crisp presentation.
Thank you.
Great. The investors, do we have any questions for Arun and Pix Dynamics?
Hi, this is Takahashi from Bold Investments. May I ask you one question? Actually, for your solution, does it work in Japanese environment? Like, for example, can you use for Japanese characters or Japanese languages or Japanese business environment? Does the solution work over here?
Right now, it is trained for English as well as our regional languages, because most of our clients are from our region. So if we can train our model for the Japanese language as well. So it will need a training process. That's it.
And how much of the funding do you need for the training?
For training, we need $10,000.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was mute. Thank you, Takahashi-san. Thank you, Arun. Thank you for the presentation. You have a good day. If there are any interest, we'll let you know.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Arun. Bye.
Bye.
Perfect. With that, we move on to the last startup for the day.
Hello.
Yes. Hi, Rio.
Hello.
Hi, Kisho. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
And we have one more, Vietnam Blockchain Corporation. If you could rename yourself, that'd be great.
Hi, Long.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hi, Long. Yeah. How are you guys doing?
No, fine. Yes, thank you.
Thank you for joining in today. I'd like to officially introduce you to the Japanese investors. And in the interest of time, we'll give you 10 minutes in total, 8 minutes to pitch and 2 minutes if there are any questions. Can you start by sharing your screen, please?
Okay. Can you see the screen?
Yes, your time starts now.
Okay, my name is Sumihara. I'm the IR director of the Vietnam Blockchain Corporation. We are the first and only licensed blockchain solution company doing in Vietnam. So far, we have made a relation with 30 over universities in Vietnam, and we use the blockchain technology for the traceability and to organize the supply chain. We have joined several blockchain related events to educate the Vietnamese market itself, since the blockchain technology is not well known in the Vietnamese market. So this is our board member. We have our CEO, Du Van Long, joining today also. He has 19 years of experience in a variety of IT fields. And also we have over 10 professors from universities in Vietnam as advisory board. And one of the member in the advisory board, Mr. Wang, is the head of the blockchain lab in the Ho Chi Minh Tech University. And we hire our staff after they graduate the university. So we believe we have the most skilled blockchain engineers in Vietnam. And also we have Kisho Onishi joining today. He's vice president. He has 6 years of experience in the investment field. He's in charge of financial statements right now. Our solution, Agridential, is a multifunctional platform with a blockchain traceability. What we do is that we trace every steps of the supply chain in the agriculture market. When they plant the seed, we get the information, and when they harvest and when they process, selling to the consumers, we trace all the information in the supply chain, and we show the detailed information on the smartphone app. We also do the COVID pass. This is what we're doing right now for the Vietnamese government, the Ministry of Health. After people take the COVID test, we give a certification which is secured by our blockchain platform so that people can use it as a certification to go to another province or to move to other countries. We have been working with over 7 hospitals in the Ho Chi Minh City, and we're planning to expand the solution to the other provinces in Vietnam also. This is our structure image for the COVID Pass and our Agridential platform. As you can see, we give the digital transformation to the every steps in the supply chain. As I mentioned, we are the first and only blockchain solution company in Vietnam, which have the official license from the Vietnamese government, and our service have already applied 7 million agriculture products with a type of over 300 agriculture products. This is one of our examples. We have worked with KPMG for doing the blockchain researches in the Vietnamese market. And we have worked with the USAID to bring the traceability supply chain model using the blockchain, our blockchain platform. And also we have worked with several agriculture enterprises in Vietnam, and also the Ministry of several ministries which want to apply our solution to exporting their agriculture product to the other countries. These are the examples. Yes, as I mentioned, we have made 30 partnerships with universities in Vietnam to train the next generation engineers as blockchain engineers. And we have been working with institutions and associations nationally and internationally. And we have worked with over 70 enterprises, also not only in Vietnam, but with other countries also. So the market we're trying to approach, we're focusing right now is the agriculture market, since the food poisoning and the Vietnamese government have made free trade agreements recent years to expand the number of the export. So we focus on the agriculture market. Since, as you can see on the right side, it's written in Vietnamese, but the Vietnamese government, the Prime Minister have made a decision to apply the digital traceability to 30% of the whole product in Vietnam. So we seek this new market, traceability market, as 30% of the whole agriculture market in Vietnam, which is $105 million US. And we expect to get 10 to 20% of the share of the digital traceability market and agriculture market. That's what we've been working on, and we focus for the end of 2025. We have 3 types of business models. First is the domestic market, and second for the international market, and third is the agriculture enterprises. We approach with the 3 different ways. For the domestic market, when farmers want to sell their product in Vietnamese specific province, they have to sell through the wholesaler market. So we work with the wholesaler market to bring the traceability platform, and every farmers who want to sell the product will use our traceability platform from the wholesaler market. And second, the exporting product, we have been working with the Ministry of Trade, Ministry of Science and Technology. They want to apply every black pepper that will be exported from Vietnam. So we make this national black pepper traceability platform to apply our service to every black pepper that will be exported from Vietnam. So we seek to expand this business model to other agricultural products like cashew or coffee or rice, which have much more exporting numbers compared with black pepper. And the third, we do the B2B model to the enterprise agriculture related enterprises. We make the individual platform by analyzing what they do in their supply chain, and we develop for each customers. So our revenue models and sales results is, as you can see, we have made around $400,000 US revenue in 2020, and we seek to make $1 million US revenue this year. We have been making contracts, and we have got prospects to develop for each customers, but with number of 20 projects, and we expect to reach to the revenue of $50 million US by the end of 2025. We're seeking for the investment for the seed round 3 stage because we have received this $1 million US with a number of 20 projects in 2025, but we only have around 30 engineers who are working in our company right now, and we need at least 5 or 7 new engineers to finish each project. So we're seeking to hire more engineers to develop what we were asked from our customers. And since we don't have a sales and marketing team, we want to organize a sales and marketing team to reach to the enterprise market. This is one of the events we're doing to expand, make up the blockchain ecosystem. We asked for 20 startups in Vietnam, and we train them for 6 months, and we give them some prize to get them motivated. This is one of the activities that we've been doing. We have received, this is the certificate that I have mentioned. As I said before, we are the only company which have this certificate to do the blockchain solution business in Vietnam. So there are several competitors. There are several competitors who are doing blockchain related services, but they cannot really sell officially.
I hate to interrupt, Rio, but your time is over.
Oh, it's already been 7 minutes, sorry.
It's been 10 minutes now. Thank you so much. You can stop presenting. And investors, do we have any questions for Rio and Vietnam blockchain? We can stop the presentation, Rio. Thanks so much.
So no questions?
I don't think there are any questions at the moment. but
Okay.
there will be interests at a later stage. If there are any, we'll route them to you for sure.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining in. Yeah. Right. Yes, with that, we come to the end of today's presentation of 7 startups. Devashish, over to you.
Thank you so much, Sumit. Thank you so much, everybody, for spending your time with our 7 startups. I'm looking forward to hearing from each and every one of you about your interest in engaging with these startups. They really need to start scaling. They're very keen on expanding in Japan. And it would be really nice if you could send out your interest. I think Hue-san is sharing an interest form with all of you. And we will look forward to your response on this. Thank you so much from Devashish, Sven, and Mainstage. Takayuki-san?
Yes.
Any closing statements? Then we will end the meeting.
Okay, so I know Japanese is very shy, so that's why there is almost no question, very few questions. But I'm sure many of Japanese investors are interested in communicating with startups, making pitches in this event. So we are happy to connect the startups and the Japanese investors. And also we will continually doing this kind of supporting activities. Yeah, please join for the next meeting, next timing as well, next opportunity as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And you guys have a great afternoon. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.